Have you ever wondered how to develop or also strengthen your intuition? Maybe you already are very intuitive, but you want to strengthen it even more. Now, in this video, I want to share with you 10 ways that can really help you not only develop your intuition, but also strengthen it even more so you can become even more intuitive and then also start using this for yourself and also maybe even assist others with your intuitive gifts. So if you want to learn how to develop and strengthen your intuitive gifts, then stay tuned. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm super excited that you're here. Now, in case you don't know me, my name is Kay Sanders. I'm a divine messenger and celestial healer here to assist awakening souls on their spiritual awakening journey so they can really make sense of all that they're experiencing, awaken to their power within, and really step into their power and create the life that they want of more success, abundance, freedom, happiness, and even making a bigger impact in the world. So if that's you, if you are on your spiritual awakening journey, would like to get some guidance, some support, and some help, then please be sure to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I release new content every Tuesday and every Thursday. So if you really want to develop and also strengthen your intuition, the first key thing here, the first way is you want to become more in tune with your intuition, with that inner guidance. And you can do that by paying closer attention to how do you feel? To also the inner nudges. Let's say you're going somewhere and all of a sudden you're feeling like you want to go the other direction than you usually go. I want to invite you to really become more in tune with those inner nudges and follow that. Or even when you are around people, just listen to what you're feeling or pay attention to how you're feeling. What is it that you're picking up on? You may be hearing certain things, you may be feeling certain things, whatever it is, but it's like the first key thing is really you want to become more in tune with that by really going within, by really connecting with that part within you to really start listening more closely to what you are feeling, what you are hearing, and what is going on within. Because intuition, it's not something that you can really make sense of. It's just a part of you where you get those nudges. And by you really tuning in more and really becoming more in tune with that, it will become easier. And that's how you also sharpen. Now, I also have some other tips for you and other ways that can help you. Like the second one is meditation. When you meditate, and ideally you want to do this often. I mean, ideally you want to do it daily because it's not just about really relaxing and tuning out your ego, but it's also you're connecting with that silent part within you. Now, if you've never meditated, you may want to start slow. Start with like a 5-minute meditation. Maybe start with a guided meditation, because if meditation is really hard for you just to listen to the audio, just the sound or the music, your mind wanders, then I want to invite you to start with guided meditation. That's how I started out with, and it really helped me then to build up to, for one, to listen to it longer, and then also then to listen to just the music and to really tune in, to connect, to tune out my ego. Because your intuition is really part of who you are, and you need to tune in and connect with that part, and ideally daily, to really start becoming more aware whenever your intuition kind of kicks in, when your intuitive senses are kicking in. And with meditation, that is a powerful way to do that, because when you're meditating, it's about being in a moment, being present in the moment, tuning out your ego, getting, removing all the distraction and really being present, connecting deep within. Then the third one is automatic writing. That is so powerful. So the way it works is you take your pen and paper and you go somewhere where you're undisturbed and maybe have some music playing, some soft meditation music playing, maybe even light a candle. And then what you can do is, so let's say you have certain questions that you would like to have guidance on. You can write the question. Now, you start out with something that you're not too attached to, because if it's something that you're really attached to the answer, you may not be getting the guidance. But just something, what is important for me to know today, for example. Okay? That's simple. That is a very simple question you can start out with. Then you can just write down the question and then just focus on the question, not contemplating about it, but really first tune into your heart, really tune in and then connect with that question. And then just allow the guidance to flow. If it's hard to get started, what you can do is just journal. Just journal, write whatever comes to mind, and really let whatever comes to, just let it flow. That's how I actually started writing it. That's how I also started channeling, because I noticed that as the more I started journaling and writing, and then I even asked a question within my journaling, and all of a sudden I noticed I started writing differently. I started writing in a third person, like someone is talking to me, basically. And I also noticed that my writing style has changed. I was talking a little bit more fancier, I guess you can say. And then I realized, oh my God, this is not even me writing. So that's how I started really tapping into my inner guidance and also channeling the light beings to get the guidance. So automatic writing is powerful because it also helps you bypass your ego. Because when you're thinking about stuff, that's your ego. That's your ego giving you all kind of stuff that is not even, it's not even of higher guidance. It's not even of that, intuitive guidance. But when you use automatic writing, that allows you just to be in the flow. And it's not meant to be forced or thought about, but it's really just flowing, letting it flow, letting it flow. And the more you do that, the more you actually can tap into your intuitive senses as well, your intuition, and receiving the intuitive guidance. Because you already know whatever it is that you want to know. You already hold the guidance within you. You already hold the answers within you. And by using automatic writing, it just allows you to tap into that and bypassing your ego. So give it a try. It's really a powerful way to start really developing and also strengthening your intuition. Because here you're also then writing from soul. If you really connect with soul and that part within you, you write from that, and your soul already knows all the answers anyways, right? So give it a try and see how it goes. And feel free to let me know if you've tried it and what your experience is. Leave a comment below if you've done automatic writing before, and has that helped you really tap into your intuitive guidance and the higher guidance as well. And the fourth way is, and I just hinted at it already, is to connect with soul, with that higher self. Do that daily. One of the things that I like to do in the morning is I really tune into my heart. I really get centered. I close my eyes. I just take a couple of deep breaths to really drop into my heart. And when I'm dropped into my heart, when I really feel like I'm here, I'm connected, then I actually call forth my soul and my higher self. And I say something as simple, and I usually do that in my mind. I now call forth my soul. Please come and connect with me now. I now call forth my higher self. Please come forth and connect with me now. And whenever I say that, I really feel into it. And I feel myself like kind of sitting up a little straighter. I feel myself being filled out from within. And I feel more connected as well. Now, from that space, when you're really connecting with soul and allow your soul to lead you, then you can also then from there then start out on automatic writing. But just connecting with soul daily is so powerful, because when you're connecting with that part within you, your soul, your higher guidance, that's when you connect to your intuitive gifts as well, your intuition, your intuitive senses. So it's truly a powerful way to start developing and also strengthening your intuitive gifts by really connecting with soul daily. And then the fifth way is to tap into your empathic and highly sensitive gifts. So what I mean with that is sense into the energies, feel into things, because as an empath and highly sensitive soul, you are very sensitive to the energies, to others, people, vibrations. You may even hear other people's thoughts and not even know that you are, but you're very, very sensitive. So by you also sharpening your intuitive senses is by also developing and tapping into your empathic gifts. So what I mean with that is what you can do is when you are going somewhere, for example, or, even just, when you're, let's say, go outside, like, because when you're going somewhere, it's kind of hard to tune into something. But so let's say go outside in nature and then just sense the energies, like really be intentional about it. Tune in. And then imagine you having antennas going out just to feel the energies. To feel what does it feel like? You can even put your hands around a plant, because everything is energy, right? So you can put your hands around a plant, not touching it, but just putting it around and sensing the energies, like really be intentional, like really tuning in and feeling the energies. Now, you can also do that with tuning into people. Let's say you are around friends or whatnot. or even at home with your family. You can tune into them, like really be intentional about to tune into their energies. Now, you do want to also be sure that you're not taking on their stuff, but you can just play with it, to play with the energies. Or even what you can do is you can tune into the energies between your hands. Now, you do already have the energies. You can feel the energy. You can work the energies. Now, what you can do is you have chakras within your hand, right? What you can do is you can activate those energy centers by just pushing in with your thumb, and just be intentional about put your hands together like that and just focus on feeling the energy between your hands. And you can actually play with your hands like this to think of it like that. You have a ball of fire within your hands, and with the way you're moving your hands, you're expanding. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. So you can play with the energy. It's about tuning into the energy, what it feels like. Everything is energy. So by you using your empathic gifts and really your highly sensitive senses, you can tune into the energies of stuff. Now, this can also help you with people. For example, you're around people and they're saying something. You can tune into what are they saying. You can maybe pay attention to what does the energy feel like, because empath, we're amazing lie detectors, by the way, okay? So when someone says something that is not of truth, or maybe they're holding back, or maybe they're in resistance or anything like that, or maybe they're not honest, you can feel the energy shifting, right? So when someone is saying speaking the truth, the energy is light. But whenever someone is being dishonest or holding back or whatnot, the energy usually contracts. It feels heavy. It feels restricted. Now you can do that too. Really tune into that. Now, working with your empathic gifts is truly powerful and also helping you with your intuition, with developing your intuition. Now, you may feel challenged with your empathic gifts. Now, I do have a playlist for empath and how to protect your energy. So if you're challenged with that, definitely check out the playlist, my empath survival tip playlist. There are a lot of tips in there as well, how to really embrace being an empath without really being challenged by it. But you just working with your empathic gifts is so powerful. You can really tune into things, tune into the energies and feel that. That really helps with your intuitive senses as well, your intuition, your intuitive gifts. And if you want to activate more of your intuitive senses, your inner sage, your inner healer, I do have a video. It's a powerful light language activation where I help you activate that part within you. So I'll put the link below so you can definitely check that out as well if that's what you would like to do, really tapping into that even more. Then the sixth way is to work with tarot cards or oracle cards. That's one way that I start out with as well, because when you work with the cards, and I show you my favorite 3 that I work with right now as well. But what you can do is when you pull the cards, you can tune into the cards and just allow the card to speak to you. Because when you're looking at the cards, it has a nice picture on it, right? So you can tune into the picture and get guidance from that. So it's really powerful. So I'm going to show you the 3 that I love to work with. I put the links below as well. And they're affiliate links, so I get a little percentage if you do purchase something. But I want to share those with you because these are the 3 that I really love to work with. The first one is the Oracle of the Angels. This one is really a powerful deck that I've been working with. I really felt very connected with that. And then another one that I work with is the Dragon Path Oracle cards. I do start working with the dragons. So this one, when I saw this card deck, it really spoke to me. I had to have it. And when I got it, I could feel the energy within the cards. It's really powerful. And my newest addition is the Magic of the Unicorns. This one is also really powerful. So there are so many card decks out there. What I want to invite you to do is go with the one that really speaks to you. Now, these are not the 3 that I started out with. I evolved. I started out with some from Doreen Virtue, and I had some other ones. And I have numerous decks, but these are really the 3 that I have been working with for not the unicorn, because that just came out. But I've been working with these for some time now, especially the Oracles of the Angels, because I really felt very connected to that. So the way it really works is, pick the card deck that really speaks to you and then work with it daily. I draw my cards every single day, and I just ask, what is important for me to know today? And I draw one card. Sometimes I get a second card that really just is in combination with the first one, or just kind of like an extension of the first card. And then what you can do is you can look at the card first and really tune into the card and look at the image. What does it say? Most of the cards have also a word below it, like what does it mean? It may even have an affirmation below it. So that already can give you some insights into it. And then from there, just let your mind wander. Let the guidance flow in. This also is what's going to help you tap into your intuitive guidance, your intuition, because then you intuitively interpreting the card. And then you can definitely look at the booklet as well, or you can start out with reading the booklet just so you can get aware of what is the card all about. And then as you're feeling more comfortable, then really tuning in and getting the guidance by just looking at the card. Or you can do both in combination, whatever you feel called to do. But working with cards is really a powerful way to really connect with your intuitive senses as well. So like I said, if you like any of those cards, the links are below in the description, so you can check them out. But like I said, go with whatever you feel called to go with. Then the seventh way is that it's so important that you really take time to yourself, where you remove all the distraction, because the intuitive guidance cannot flow in if you're always busy, if you're always doing something, whether it is, and even if it's just watching TV or reading a book or whatnot, maybe you're not actively working, but even if you're just doing something, you are kind of closed off to the guidance. So by you taking time to yourself to really go within, it doesn't necessarily need to be meditation. You can just go, let's say, go outside and just sit there. Just sit and just be in the moment, be present, or just sit on your couch or on a chair. Just sometimes I just sit here. I just tune in. I just connect with myself again. Because in order to receive the guidance, you got to be open to it. Think of it like that. Someone is next to you, always talking to you, but you're so busy doing something, you're kind of not picking that up. You're not hearing it, or you're not aware that someone is there talking to you. Think of it like that. Someone is whispering, always whispering in the background. But if you're always busy, you can't hear it. So that's why when you take time to really go within, to just be by yourself, to remove any distractions, to really be present in the moment, it's like you're opening yourself up to receiving the guidance, to receiving the downloads. Now, have you ever noticed that you're getting ideas when you are least prepared to actually take notes, whether it's in the shower or you're driving or you're doing something where you definitely cannot write stuff down? I often get guidance when I'm in the shower. Like I used to get so many guidances when I was in the shower, because that was the time when I was not distracted. I was just in the shower, enjoying my shower, right? I was present in the moment. And that's when I was getting the ideas. So for a long time, I actually had a little notebook in the bathroom with me so I can write down whenever I was getting the guidance. So that's what I'm saying. When you take time to really just be by yourself, to remove any distractions, you open yourself up to the intuitive guidance coming through, their higher guidance, even the inspiration to flow in, the downloads coming in. But it really requires for you to make the space to receive the guidance. And you can only do that by really taking time to really go within, by being in the moment, by not being distracted by all that stuff that you're doing that is going on in order to receive the guidance. And then the eighth way is whenever you're doing something, to really tune in and connect and see, how does it feel? Because it's one way to just do a bunch of things that are maybe misaligned, but it's about doing the right things that will help you move forward. So let's say you want to move forward on your path, whether it's you want to start a business or you want to do something, learn a modality or whatever it is. You can then really tune in to see, how does that feel? Does it feel like the right decision to make? Does it feel like the right thing to do or not? You can even do this with just about everything. Let's say you go into the store and you want to buy certain foods. And let's say there's one thing that you really, really want, that you're craving. Let's say it's some chocolate or some donuts or muffins or anything that's not so healthy, right? Now your mind may say, I want this. I really, really do. But then you can tune in and say, is this to my highest and greatest good? Is this really what I should be getting? And you can feel into it. You may get a heavy feeling or you may get a lighter feeling. The lighter feelings are usually the positives, like, yeah, you can have that, right? Maybe you want to change your perception around why is it bad for you, right? Or why do you want this? Or if you get a no, then, if you get a heavy feeling, that's usually a no. But you can do that actually with everything. That also helps you develop your intuition as well, because you're feeling into things. Before you make a decision, before you decide what you want to do, where you want to go, what do you want to wear, what food you want to eat, you can tune in and ask, what food do I want to eat right now? What food does my body want right now? And you just follow whatever guidance you get. Let's say you have a fridge full of food. You can look at, do I feel called to eat this? Maybe you get a yes, maybe you get a no. And then you can look at the other ones. So by you using your intuitive senses in that way on a daily basis is so powerful, because then you're also allowing your soul to lead the way. And if you're tuning in to connect with your soul on a daily basis anyways, that can also lead you in whatever decisions you want to make. Then you are taking those soul-inspired actions. Do the soul-inspired things rather than just doing a bunch of stuff that may be causing you to be absolutely in total misalignment. Same thing, let's say you want to buy a course or buy a book or go to an event or whatever it is, or maybe watch a video, whatever it is, you can tune in to see, is this truly what I'm meant to do? Does this feel right? Is this to my highest and greatest good? And see how it feels. Like I said, anything that's usually heavy or feels constricted, that's usually a no. That's like the negative. That's like, don't want that. But if it feels light, if it feels exciting, if it maybe makes you feel like sitting up or you're getting goosebumps, any of those positive feelings, that's usually then a yes. So you can play with that too on a daily basis. Check in with yourself, tune in, and make a decision based on how it feels. That's a powerful way for you to really develop and also strengthen your intuition, your intuitive senses. And then the ninth way is spend time in nature. Because when you're in nature, for one, you're also removed from distraction. And us empath, highly sensitive souls, we do need nature to recharge. And by you being outside, you can also connect more deeply with Mother Earth, with Father Sky, because there's no distraction there. You're just outside. You can connect with nature. That too can assist you in really developing and strengthening your intuition. And the 10th and final one, and that's really the most important one, is listen, trust, and act. You want to listen to the guidance that you're getting. Because if you're getting guidance and you're not listening, well, you're not really developing your intuition, right? Because then you're still ego territory, you're going on autopilot. But by developing your intuition, you want to really listen to those inner nudges, listen to the guidance, listen to how things feel, and then trust the guidance that you're receiving. Now, sometimes the guidance you're getting may be a stretch, may ask you to step outside of your comfort zone. I want to invite you to do that. Because anything that is to our highest and greatest good usually is a stretch, usually makes us step outside of our comfort zone, usually is rather uncomfortable, but deep down, we know it is to our highest and greatest good. So you want to really trust whatever guidance you get. And then also you want to act on the guidance. Now, whenever you're getting the guidance, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to make those major leaps, but just acting on the guidance, whatever guidance you're receiving, because it's when you are in motion, when you're taking action on the guidance that you're getting the next piece, because you never are given the entire big kahuna picture. You're only getting what is right for you in that moment, what you are ready to receive in that moment. So when you get the guidance, when you trust the guidance, you want to start taking action on it. And even if it's just a small step, even if it's just like writing it down, planning something out, calling a person, doing whatever it is, taking those steps, as you're taking the steps, even though you don't know what it's going to be then afterwards, as you're taking the steps, you will be given the next piece and then the next and the next. But you have to be in motion in order to get the next piece. So listen, trust, and act. That is the most important one, because if you're getting guidance, you're not listening to it, you're not trusting it, you're definitely not acting on it. It's like someone keeps talking to you and you're ignoring them. Eventually, the person is going to be so annoyed by you not listening, they're like, I'm just not going to talk to her no more, right? And it's the same thing with your intuition. It's the same thing with you working with the higher realms, the higher guidance, your intuitive guidance. If you're always asking, but they're not listening, and you're not trusting, and you're not acting on it, then it's like, your higher guidance is talking to the wall. And eventually it's so fed up with you not listening that, well, I'm not going to say anything anymore until he or she is finally ready to listen. So always listen, trust, and act. And if you're not sure if whatever guidance you're getting is the right guidance, you can check in. Does this feel like higher guidance? Does this feel like the intuitive guidance? Or is this your ego? And then feel into that. Because also here, when it feels heavy and kind of restricted, what I found is that whenever I'm getting guidance from my ego, it feels forced. It feels slower. It didn't flow right. So here you can then determine, okay, did the guidance really flow? Does it feel good? Does it feel light? Now, it's going to stretch you most likely. But there's a sense of, yeah, that feels right. Now, versus your ego, it's like it's forced. It's like you had to think about it. It was maybe spotty. It didn't come in nice. It may even feel restricted. It maybe even causes you somewhat of a resistance. So you can determine that too. But these are really the 10 ways that I found also for myself has helped me tremendously in developing and improving and strengthening my intuitive senses. And I really want to share those with you so you can do that too. So these are really the 10 that I found very, very helpful. And feel free to leave a comment below. What are some of the ways that you have found is helping you sharpen your intuitive senses, strengthen your intuitive senses, or even just developing it? I would love to know. I mean, maybe there are some things that you do that are new to me as well. So feel free to leave a comment below. But there you go. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button, maybe even share it with someone that you know could benefit from hearing this as well. But also, please be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and check out the video I mentioned about activating your inner sage and inner healing, also the playlist for empath, if that's what you're looking for. But thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Until then, make an amazing, abundant, successful day. Namaste.